Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Dojo Live recap show that I can only mean one thing. Today is
Monday.
Monday. That's right. It's Monday, January 31st, 2022, the last day of the month. And we are recapping last week's shows. If you missed them, this is the recap. We had two live shows. The first show was with Anshu Sharma, who's the co-founder and CEO at Skyflow, and we talked about what if privacy had an API. And the second show was with Swish Goswami, who is the CEO at Surf, talking about building an equitable data economy. These were the live shows we had last week. And then, of course, we had a rebroadcast every day at 12 o'clock Pacific, except Friday, because we have to have lunch at least once a week, right?
But that's why we rebroadcast.
That's why. That's not true anymore. We do have a rebroadcast on Fridays as well. So anyway, before we announce what we got coming up this week, let's talk about what happened last week. Which of these two shows you guys like the most or remember the most? What are your thoughts?
Kim, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Sure. No, I liked them both. I think, as always, every show on Dojo Live has something to offer. I really enjoyed Anshu's show in the sense that I kind of have a better understanding. I use the word kind of. I kind of have a better understanding of what an API is, which is helpful for me. I personally do not come from a technical background, so that was really cool. But more than anything, I appreciated what they're doing at Skyflow and his sentiment of keeping privacy and security simple. I think that's, to me, it was sort of an aha kind of idea, because I think of security as it needs to be something highly complex, right? So that there's, no breaches or whatever that might mean. But by keeping it simple, actually make it easier for it to be implemented, which makes a lot of sense. And so I really appreciated that sentiment with what he had to share with us. And then, of course, with Swish, that was just a really great conversation. I was very energized by him as a CEO, his age, and just what he's bringing, I think, to the future of work, which is exciting. And sorry, did I overpass? I got excited.
No, I'm just saying he's 24.
Oh, I was like, what? I might need to cut. Yeah, okay. 24. Yes, he's 24, which I thought was really exciting, and just the company culture that he's building. And the idea behind what they're doing is getting paid for the internet browsing that you're going to be doing.
I'm agree with that.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say API is a new way of making carne asada. No, I'm just kidding. What did you think, America? What did you think, America?
Well, with Anshu's show, I learned a lot, and I want to take these few seconds to thank you, Kim, for asking this tremendous question. That is, what is an API? And I'm like, you heard it most of the time, but you didn't understand. Yeah, thank you. And with Swish, well, it's so impressive and encouraging that he's so young and he's this great tech leader at Surf, this amazing browser extension. How is that he has a different kind of passions that he has been discovering during his journey, that he's a dancer, he loves debate, how he was raised in Singapore. There is a lot to learn from him, not just because he is in this big company. It's just that his personality, his background, someone that you would like to be, one day. He's like a rock star.
That's when I grow up, I want to be 24-year-old Swish.
That is going to be next year. Yeah.
Oh, I think that was like a compliment, Kim, that America just sent you. So, I like both shows. I think the idea of having some kind of a identifier as individuals that's not tied to our name or social security number and things of that sort that we readily seem to give away every day, whether it's at the doctor's office or wherever, to have some kind of a private identifier where, you just kind of like scan your QR code and that's your ID, and everything that behind it is there and encrypted and private. I think ultimately It's not like a nice to have. It ultimately seems like where we need to go in order to just manage those things better. So we wish Anshu a lot of success in building that out, because it's very timely, especially with all the hacks and things that have happened in the past years. I'd rather have a credit card company, whoever, just have some kind of an identifier that doesn't have all that data tied to it, but somehow it acknowledges me as that user. So let's see how that progresses. And then, of course, what's going on with Swish on the equitable data economy. I mean, that's a huge opportunity there. And just love how much we are trying to personalize things for individuals. I mean, technology is supposed to make life better and easier. And so it's a refreshing when we interview luminaries that are leading the charge in making that possible.
Right.
All right. So if you missed any of these shows,
I just wanted to say it's encouraging that actually both of these companies, I think a foundation would be trust, but it doesn't have to be blind trust, which I think was also kind of enlightening for me.
Yeah, it's also refreshing to how many of these companies, they really focus on the culture of the organization as well, and more centric around enabling people to have personal success while also contributing to what the organization needs. And that's also was very encouraging hearing, for example, Swish, who's 24, really behind this idea of more autonomy and more empowerment. I think we need more of that. It's not just the younger generation that needs that. We all need that in order to start to feel a little bit more like what we're doing has meaning, and we have a sense of belonging. That's not just do this and finalize or complete a transaction. So that's a key thing to all this. It's really nice to see technology that are helping improve lives, but also the organizations behind it committed to the people in those organizations. So if you missed any of these shows, go on dojo.live. That's the URL, dojo.live. It's that simple. And you can pull up any of these shows. What do we got coming up this week, Kim?
This week is a really, really packed week. So we'll start it off. We'll kick it off tomorrow on Tuesday, 12 o'clock Pacific. That we do not have the topic yet, but that is going to be with Dan Goose, who is with Lloyd. Then following that up on Wednesday, we have a design thinking segment with you, Tulio. That will be at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific with Mark Bruno, VP of Product at Sensible Weather, where he'll be addressing design thinking in complex environments, specifically those around B2B2C companies. So don't miss that one. That's a tongue twister there. And then we have another show the afternoon of Wednesday with Daniel Choi, CEO at Sequoia Games, bridging the gap between the physical and digital worlds. This one looks to be really interesting. And then followed up, last but not least, on Thursday, 12 o'clock, how mobile games will drive growth in the future with Tom Hammond, CEO at UserWise. So 4 live shows this week, everyone. It's a busy one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you've missed one of our design thinking shows, don't miss this one. We actually talk about a lot of people-centric design behind products and services and organization, where we center a lot of attention on the role of empathy in designing great products and great organizations. Thanks for being with us. See you back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific.